On the 1st of October, Iran launched 181 missiles at Israel in retaliation of the IDF assassination of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. The IDF, together with the United States-led defensive coalition in the Middle East, have likely intercepted most of the missiles. But from videos shared online, Iranian missiles likely impact the Israeli Air Force's Nevatim Air Base, Ghadir Air Base in the Negev Desert, Tel Nov Air Base, 20 kilometers south of Tel Aviv, somewhere around the IDF Prelude intelligence base, which houses the IDF unit at 200, which is the IDF's signals collection unit, and the Mossad headquarters. A school in Ghadir, Israel, located near the Tel Nov Air Base, an area near the Ayalon Mall, Ramat Gan, immediately west of the Yarkon Park, where Shibet is headquartered. On 16th of October, in Tel al-Sultan Rafah, at the southern end of the Gaza Strip, Israeli patrol from the IDF Bislamak Training Brigade encountered Yahya Sinwar by chance. During the brief engagement between IDF soldiers and the Hamas leader in Gaza, Israeli troops were not aware that they were fighting directly against Yahya Sinwar. On 16th of October, at about 10 in the morning, IDF patrol from the Bislamak Brigade noticed 3 suspicious men moving between buildings in the vicinity. After relaying this information to the commander, an order to engage the suspicious men was given. IDF soldiers engaged the 3 suspicious men with rifle and machine gun fire. The engagement lasted until 3 in the afternoon. IDF soldiers sent out a drone and spotted the 3 men started to move between buildings to evade IDF troops. 2 gunmen covered in blankets can be seen moving and shooting in front of a third person, attempting to cover the third man. The 2 gunmen move into Building A to take up defensive position against advancing IDF troops. The third man moved into Building B. IDF soldiers called in Merkava 4 tanks to take out the 2 gunmen in Building A. After clearing Building A, IDF soldiers advanced towards Building B. The third man hiding in Building B threw 2 grenades at the advancing soldiers. 1 grenade exploded, while the second one appeared to be a dud. The IDF sent a drone to observe the situation in Building B and found a man, severely wounded in his right hand, sitting in a couch on the 2nd floor. Despite being severely wounded, the man appeared to be eager to fight and thrown a stick at the drone in an attempt to disable it. Upon seeing this, IDF tank fired 1 tank round from its 120mm smoothbore gun into Building B, causing the building to collapse. IDF troops conducted sweeping operation on the building on 17th of October and found the body of the third gunman in the rubble. IDF soldiers noticed a striking resemblance of the body's facial appearance with that of Yahya Sinwar. Based on DNA and dental analysis, the IDF confirmed that the third man was Yahya Sinwar. The IDF had scored a big victory by luck, boosting the morale of Israeli soldiers and citizens. As for the Palestinians and the general public of the Arab world, Yahya Sinwar was considered a martyr who gallantly resists Israel's military might. On 25th of October, the Israeli Air Force launched a large-scale precision airstrike against Iran in retaliation of the October 1st Iranian missile strike against Israel. Israel's now dismissed Defense Minister, Gallant, described the strike as the largest Israeli Air Force operation since the 1967 Six-Day War. The operation involved more than 100 Israeli fighter jets, made up of F-15s, F-16s, and the stealth F-35 Lightning II. Israel's fighter jets took off from the IAF Nevatim Air Base, Tel Nov Air Base, and Ramon Air Base. IAF jets were able to breach Syrian and Iraqi air defense systems and early warning radars and sensors. After successfully breaching Syrian and Iraqi air defenses undetected, the IAF jets launched munitions at the Iranian-built network of early warning radar sites in Syria and Iraq. Iran has been actively building an extensive network of early warning radar sites in Syria and Iraq to degrade the IAF's ability to launch massive airstrikes against Iran. Having severely degraded Iran's early warning capabilities in Syria and Iraq, IAF jets held the element of surprise and launched a massive strike against Iran. IAF jets, presumably F-35 fighter jets, attacked the Iranian Ghadir radar sites, 15 kilometers north of Afas, Khuzestan province, southwest Iran. The Ghadir radar site, along with Russian-made S-300 air defense missiles, made up the prominent component of Iran's integrated air defense system. Having destroyed the radar site, IDF jets continued to bomb their objectives across Iran. In Tehran province, the IDF struck the Pachin military complex. The Pachin military complex produces high explosives and advanced munitions, including drones and missiles. IDF air-launched missiles struck mixing equipment to produce missile solid fuel for ballistic missiles in the factories, which will likely degrade the complex's ability to produce high-tech weapons for at least a few months to a year. At the Ghadir military complex, a missile production complex tied to the Pachin military complex, IDF jets destroyed 2 buildings with equipment to produce solid and liquid fuels for missiles. At the Imam Khomeini International Airport, IDF missiles destroyed 1 S-300 anti-aircraft missile battery. At the Hazrat Amir Brigade Air Defense Site, the IDF destroyed another S-300 anti-aircraft battery. At the Taksas Industrial Innovators Engineering Company, the IDF inflicted significant damage to the company responsible for designing and producing mixers to produce solid and liquid fuels for missiles. In Khuzestan province, the IDF struck the Abadan oil refinery, the largest Iranian oil refinery located near the Persian Gulf. At Bandar Imam Khomeini petrochemical complex, the IDF struck anti-aircraft defense systems within the complex, making the entire complex extremely vulnerable to future airstrikes. The IDF also struck the major Iranian economic port on the Persian Gulf, the Bandar Imam Khomeini port. In Ilam province, IDF jets struck air defense systems defending the Tange Bijar gas field. As of 13th of November, Israel has assessed that Iran is unlikely to engage in another large-scale missile strike against Israel. That pretty much sums up this episode of Peace and Conflicts. I was actually thinking of combining the IDF incursion into southern Lebanon in this episode, but I can't manage to finish everything. So stay tuned for the IDF incursion into southern Lebanon, and I will see you there.